Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm sharing a story with you on why I almost quit business analysis as a career path. So if you're currently in a space where your career feels heavy, feels too challenging, and it feels like I just can't do it anymore, this video is for you. For me, at the start of every new project that I'm allocated on, I always have this moment where I think, I can't do the work, and because of that, I'm going to resign. And it hasn't happened to me just the one time, like I said, it happens quite often. It happens quite often, every time. And as you know, I've been a business analyst for over a decade, and it still comes up to me every time I'm allocated on a new project or a new task at work. So I really want to talk about this with you. It's like a cycle of doom, basically, that I would like to say every business analyst goes through. Now, I'm only specific on business analysis because I'm a business analyst, but I'm sure other career paths also go through this, right? My first reason is the new project anxiety, okay? Every new project generally starts the same way for me, right? You join a new team, everybody's using acronyms, words, terms, systems, processes that you don't understand and you probably never heard before. People are talking fast. You're nodding along, pretending like you're actually fine and you understand what they're saying, right? You smile, but inside you're thinking, I'm not smart enough for this. I don't think I get it. And then you're panicking and overwhelmed, right? And then you're thinking, they're going to realize that I don't actually know what I'm doing. I've made a huge mistake. I shouldn't have joined this project, right? But then for me, as much as I'm literally panicking and smiling without you knowing or my stakeholders knowing that I'm literally panicking, it's a reality check for me, right? It's what I've learned after doing this over and over and over again for every new project, is that this phase is totally normal. And for me, in reality, this feeling of overwhelm lasts about 3 weeks, sometimes 2 weeks, sometimes 4 weeks, right? But it always passes. And I feel like the mistakes some people make is that they quit before time. They quit in the panic phase. That doesn't mean that you're incompetent of doing your work. It means that you're asking for help so that you can deliver the value that people expect you to deliver. My second reason is the boredom and the menial tasks. Now, I'm not saying business analysis is a boring career, but there are some parts of our work, or there are certain times in project work that we are not really doing much, okay? And for me, it's like the menial tasks that a manager would ask, a project manager will ask you to do, menial tasks that I feel like somebody else could do, right? Like taking notes, right? Moving columns around Excel. I'm a senior business analyst, right? Chasing people for updates, doing admin work because the project is paused or the project is at the phase where there isn't much to contribute. And that starts to mess with your head because you think, this is not what I signed up for. I didn't train for this. I'm not trained as a senior business analyst with years of experience to be doing menial tasks. Right? And then I start to feel I could be doing so much more. This is just a waste of my brain. But then in that moment, I also will have a reframe of my mind, right? So what I've realized over time is that projects come in seasons, right? If you want to know about project life cycle and how we deliver at each stage of the project, click the link here. There's an existing video where you can learn that. So in terms of projects, some phases need deep thinking, need deep analysis work, need deep stakeholder interaction. Some phases need patience, right? And some phases just need someone reliable to keep things going, to keep the things ticking over, right? That doesn't mean that you've peaked in your career, right? I feel like it just means that the project is in a boring chapter. It's like reading a book. Right, at some point it's like at the start, sometimes it can be boring and you're like, oh, there's no action, or watching a movie, and then you finally like be patient and keep watching, keep reading until you get the outcome of what you're reading or watching. So it's basically pretty much the same sort of feeling. What is the real reason I actually keep staying despite these experiences, right? I don't stay in the business analyst role because it's my passion, my dream job, right? I don't wake up every day thinking, wow, I can't wait to write user stories and acceptance criteria. No. I stay because business analysis funds the life that I want. Yes, I'm adding value to the organization's goals, missions, objectives. I'm adding value, so I don't feel like I'm wasting my time. I'm seeing the value that I add, right? In terms of ROI for the organization. But for myself, it helps to fund the life that I want, right? It pays well. It gives me flexibility in my work. Like I mentioned, in the boring times, there's so many things I could be doing apart from the menial task. Could be learning, right? Improving my knowledge. It also allows me to travel and to actually focus in and enjoy my time when I'm traveling. It allows me to live comfortably. It gives me options, right? And I think as workers, corporate workers, we need to sort of normalize this, because at the end of the day, not everybody is built for entrepreneurship. Somebody has to do the 9 to 5. Some people prefer the stable income. Not everybody is interested in investing. Some people are comfortable just where they are. I know that there are so many videos talking about, invest in this, and then you start having FOMO, fear of missing out. Or, start this business, and that business. Not everybody has that kind of mindset, right? Sometimes 9 to 5 is just enough. So it's okay to treat your job like a vehicle, right? As a vehicle for something that you want, not your identity. I try as much as I can not to make business analysis my identity, because I know that's all I talk about on here on YouTube, right? You don't have to love your job 24/7, right? For it to be a good job. You don't have to love it every time. There will be challenges, there will be times that you don't love it. And in that moment, it's a time for you to sort of build trust in your own ability to deliver in the role. Build trust in your own ability to manage your time, right? And keep reminding yourself that it's just a phase and it will pass. Now, moving on to the only thing that would actually make me quit, the only thing that really would make me consider walking away from corporate totally 100% is not the work, it's the people. Now, if you want to watch a video where I talk about difficult stakeholders, click here and just learn about our interaction with stakeholders, right? Toxic people, sometimes toxic teams, rude people, rude stakeholders, constant politics, being talked down to, right? Being ignored. These are the sort of things that drains people. These are the sort of things that could drain you, and it has drained me, right? And yes, long term, I would love to work on my own terms as opposed to showing up 9 to 5 because the job demands me to show up 9 to 5 long term, right? Through teaching, creating, building things like this channel, building things like my well-paid BA program, link in description if you want to learn more about that. But I'm not quitting in the practice of business analysis per se. So, because I genuinely love solving problems, I genuinely love teaching and bringing people in this career because it works for me. So why can't it work for you? And I just don't love the unnecessary corporate nonsense that happens sometimes. So I want to make sure that distinction is clear and important for you to also think about when you're exploring careers, right? If you're watching this and thinking, wow, that's exactly how I feel, you're not broken, there's nothing wrong with you, it's fine, like I said, but you're just in a cycle at this moment. And if you're also doing this job for the lifestyle that it gives you, just in the same way that that's the reason why I'm doing it, not because it's your whole personality, right? Let me know in the comments section. I'd love to know. And if you want more honest conversations about careers, money, confidence, and what this job is really like in the real life. Make sure you all subscribe, make sure you like, make sure you share. You never know who might help, and I'll see you in my next one. Peace.